So this is our QL smash with a lacrosse ball. So for this you'll need a lacrosse ball or a dense massage ball just like it. Maybe a tennis ball, but I still prefer using a lacrosse ball or dense massage ball because we can get some better work with a more dense ball. So for this I'm using a bench, but you can use your couch, your bed, a chair, anything just like it, just for leg support, because we're gonna get on our back. And what we're gonna use the ball for here is we're gonna target the QL muscles, the quadratus lumborum, which is a small back muscle that goes next to the spine, which can be really tender depending on what we're doing. When we're squatting, when we're deadlifting, it can get really tender and tight, but also just from sitting a lot, it can get really tender and create almost like a painful sensation in our low back here. So we're gonna take the ball, I'm just gonna show you while I'm sitting here, that we don't want the ball to be placed on our spine, but we want to begin all the way down our low back. Make sure you don't hit the hip muscle or your spine, and then try to locate the first non-bony part here of your low back, and that's where we're gonna begin. And then we're gonna use the ball to massage up the spine around our low back here. I'm gonna place the ball on the spot we just talked about. The muscles down here, they can be really dense though, so in some instances they actually might feel like they might be bones. So be a little bit cautious and use your legs to support yourself. So don't push yourself into any unnecessary pain by just laying on bone. And then I'm gonna begin as close to my spine as possible, and then just use my legs to relax as I exhale. And try to sink my hips down so I apply more pressure into the ball. Just telling my brain and my nervous system that this painful sensation I feel if I find a really sore spot, that is not dangerous. And then I'm going to do a couple of contract relax cycles. Big inhale for 4 seconds. Contract. Just try to think about fighting the ball. Don't try to contract any specific muscles here. Hold for 4 seconds. And then exhale and relax for 8 seconds so you feel like your back is melting over the ball. So 2 to 4 reps of the contract relaxes. 4 seconds in, contract for 4 seconds, fight the ball. And relax and melt. After you've done 2 to 4 reps of those, then we're going to try to apply some movement. So I'm using my legs now to roll my hip to the left so the ball goes to the right. And just try to smash the tissue from side to side here. So go across the tissue and don't follow the length of the tissue. See if I can dig the ball in. See if I can loosen up some of the tissues here as well. And when I feel satisfied, feel like this is feeling a lot better than when I began, then I'm just going to take the ball with my hand and I'm going to move it up a couple of centimeters, an inch or two, and see if I have any other sore spots in this area. And then we're going to just repeat the same cycle, taking a couple of deep breaths to desensitize, doing some contract relax cycles, and trying to move from side to side across the tissue. So 2 to 5 minutes in total. If you have more time, then try not to go too far above 5 minutes, especially if you're doing it just on one specific trigger point, because you apply a lot of pressure and you can get a little bit sore in your muscles as well when you're doing this. So just make sure you don't go too hard on this area. But 2 to 5 minutes, that's totally fine. And this is our QL smash with a lacrosse ball.